is going down through the entire town, wreaking anarchy and all it brings. I can't sit idly, no, I can't move at all. I curse the name, the one behind it all. Discord, I'm howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our world away? Discord, are we a prey alone, or are we just a stepping stone for taking back the road? Discord, we won't take it anymore, so take your tyranny away.
Welcome to the Geek BAH My Little Pony Vlogs. I'm the Geek BAH here to bring you episodes 3, 4, and 5 of Season 2. We'll start off with episode 3 at Lesson 0. This episode scared the crap out of me, I won't lie. I'll just say it right off the bat. We have seen Flutter Rage, Fluttershy's little episode. Well, it wasn't really an episode, but her little moment in the Season 1 finale, where she completely lost her mind. We've seen Pinkie Pie's little moment, where she became completely insane and started making turnips talk. Now, I guess it's Twilight Sparkle's turn. This episode, Twilight realizes that she has until sunset to write her weekly friendship report to Princess Celestia. And she is, like, so obsessed with deadlines and not being tardy that she believes that she'll face a terrible punishment if she doesn't get it in on time. Now, Spike and her other friends try to talk her down from the fears, but she completely refuses to listen. And she decides that she hasn't really found anything to write about. So she goes around town trying to find someone with a friendship problem she can help. However, she finds nothing. So she decides to create a problem herself. She uses an old dowel and uses a spell on it, and gives it to the Cutie Mark Crusaders, who fight over it so that she can break up the fight. Basically, throughout this episode, it goes throughout that, and Twilight, rather, is trying to find everything that's going on and trying to help people. She even goes to, what's-her-face, Fluttershy's house at one point to see if she needs any help, and she sees Fluttershy wrestling a bear. Turns out she's just massaging the bear. Sorry about that. And it's just a wonderful scene. And you see Twilight just completely go nuts. Some of the faces she makes are just brilliantly scary. I mean, to see Twilight just lose her mind like this over something so trivial is wonderful. So, in the end, the fight over the doll ends up going out of control, goes all over. Even Big Mac loses it over the doll and because of the spell placed on it. And there's all this fighting going on. And as the sun basically starts to go down, Princess Celestia arrives and simply reverses the spell. So Twilight is just completely broken up at this point and is horrified. However, the princess declares that she would not have punished her in any way, and says that her and her friends can send friendship reports pretty much whenever they want to, or whenever they have something to write about. And it's just a wonderful episode, because it shows how dedicated Twilight is to finding these different messages. Or not finding these different messages, but about learning these different things about friendship and sending those reports. It shows how dedicated she is, even to the point where she'll go completely nutso just to try and get them in. And, I mean, yes, it's scary how dedicated she is, but it's really good at the same time. So yeah, it was actually a really good episode and scared me even with Twilight's craziness. But let's move on, because we've got a couple more episodes to go. Episode 4 is Luna Eclipsed. This was a brilliant episode. One of my favorites of the season so far, not including the two-part opening, because I'm not going to include that with the entire season, because that was obviously a big thing for the opening, and the two-parters seem to always be really good so far. But anyways, Luna Eclipsed basically goes through about Princess Luna returning. We haven't really seen her since the two-part opening of Season 1. And that's sort of sad because she made up with her sister and you think she'd be there with Celestia, but she hasn't. So we go to that, and she had recently, obviously, if you haven't seen the season 1 premiere, I don't know why you're here at this moment, but she was saved by Twilight Sparkle and her friends from her evil alternate ego, Nightmare Moon. So she decides to visit Ponyville on the Festival of Nightmare Night, which is basically the equestrian equivalent of Halloween. She wants to visit and basically just wants to become a part of Ponyville, wants to become relevant like she used to be. So the Nightmare Night basically centers around the kids collecting candy and offering it to Nightmare Moon so they don't get eaten or something like that. It's childish, but hey, Halloween itself in the real world is childish, so why not? It's just for fun. Well, when Luna appears, the residents completely panic. And, I mean, they obviously still think she's Nightmare Moon, and they're freaking out because of it. However, Twilight decides she wants to help Luna basically become a lot more... What's the word for this? She wants to help Luna fit in. Let's put it that way. And she wants to help her just enjoy the festival. So she does this with the others and everything and tries to get her to fit in. She does things like tells her to lower her voice because Luna is speaking in this like echoing, loud, demanding voice, and it's scaring everybody. So Twilight helps with has Fluttershy even help her lower her voice, even though Fluttershy is completely freaking out at the time, and obviously a lot of people are. But I mean, through it, she starts to get it, and Luna starts to enjoy it. However, Pinkie Pie and several of the children still are running away and screaming at her approach. This ends up angering her, and she pretty much threatens to cancel the celebration forever. However, Twilight confronts Pinkie Pie and learns that Pinkie's just having fun being scared. That she's not actually really terrified of Luna, that it's just fun to be scared. And I mean, loving horror movies myself, I can't help but agree. I like being scared. It's fun. So Twilight uses this, and she shows Princess Luna that the children do love her, but they want to still be scared because it's Nightmare Night. And I mean, Luna she understands it, and she happily joins in, and she agrees to scare them, but have fun at the same time. And there's this wonderful moment where she pops out of an apple bobbing tank to scare them, and then she's just sitting there, her elbow on the edge of the tank, eating an apple. And it's just a wonderful looking moment. It just shows that she's really becoming one with this. And the episode is really, really wonderful because you see this person who was this big evil not so long ago. And now she's working to change. She's working to change all of her ways. And she wants to fit in now, and it's a wonderful episode for that. So, we're going to continue on to episode 5. Hold on a moment. Oh, sorry about that. Been fighting a little bit of a cough lately. But episode 5, Sister Hooves Social. This one was a powerful episode, in my opinion. And that's surprising because it's a Rarity episode, and I've already stated how much I do not like Rarity. But anyways, Sweetie Belle and Rarity's parents are heading out of town for a vacation. So Sweetie Belle has to stay with Rarity, and of course, Rarity's not too fond of this, because she has a lot of work to do, making dresses and whatnot, and Sweetie Belle's kind of rambunctious. So, I mean, Sweetie Belle's not used to Rarity's work and everything, so she starts to get in the way and ruin Rarity's efforts. She even ends up making a craft using Rarity's gems, and it's just wild. Apple Bloom ends up coming over, and Sweetie tells Sweetie Belle that there's a Sister Hooves social race going on. And of course, Sweetie wants to get Rarity to participate with her, but Rarity completely flat out refuses, saying that she basically has too much work to do. So at this point, there is a really powerful moment where Sweetie Belle basically declares that Rarity is no longer her sister, and she leaves to stay with Apple Bloom and Applejack. And that's a very powerful statement to make, because family is supposed to be really close and really tight knit. Like you see a lot with Applejack and her family. They're very close to each other, and Applejack always is trying to do stuff for them. But with this, you see the complete opposite. You see Sweetie Belle and Rarity pretty much go apart from each other, and declaring that they're no longer sisters, and that's very powerful and kind of horrible. And then Sweetie Belle pretty much considers Applejack, who she's really liking, to be her new sister. And Rarity ends up seeing the project that Sweetie Belle made with the gems and sees that it's just this wonderful little testament to their sisterhood. And it's just wonderful. It's just, Rarity realizes right away that she's only been thinking of herself. So she goes and tries to win Sweetie Belle back, but it doesn't go well. And in the end, they're at the Sister Who special. Applejack, Apple Bloom, and Sweetie Belle are. And Apple Bloom agrees to let Sweetie Belle race with Applejack just for the day. And there's this funny thing where Apple Bloom's saying that she gets to be her sister just one day, and she repeats that line again and again, and it's funny. It's really genuinely funny. So Applejack and Sweetie Belle begin the race and everything, and as they're going, it seems like it's going really well. And I don't think they won. I think they got like second or something. And at the end, Sweetie Belle actually finds out that it was not Applejack racing with her. They got to a mud pit at one point, and when Applejack came out of it, it wasn't Applejack. It was actually Rarity. And that Rarity agreed, basically ran the entire race, covered in mud and all this stuff, just for her sister. And you know how Rarity is with mud and everything like that. And that's really a sweet thing, that she would be willing to do that for her sister because she realized she made a mistake. And it was a great episode. And in the end, the two are very overjoyed with each other and make amends and are sisters again. So like I said, it was a wonderful, great episode, and I loved every moment of it. And yes, I mean, it did have a little bit of toughness to it, and it was very powerful in the fact that they did say that they were no longer sisters at that one point, and that was a very powerful thing to say. But in the end, it worked out well. And so that's about it for now. I've gone over those 3 episodes, and in the next vlog I will go over 3 more. However, after that, I'll pretty much be done for today. I did the last vlogs, this one and the next one, I'm all doing the same day, so that's why I'm dressed the same. And after that, I'm pretty much caught up to where I am right now. I'll probably do more vlogs on Wednesday. I don't know for sure, though. But it will most likely be Wednesday. So for now, this is the Geek BAH signing off. See y'all next time.